ESC off for the gas. Oh my God! Oh! It is so great to see you guys again. I am so pumped today, guys, because I'm finally reviewing one of the craziest looking, best sounding cars of all time, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Taking the Supra over to my friend Terminal 8's insane Lamborghini warehouse to go pick up that SVJ. Thank you guys so much again for the amazing support on the last vlog. If you missed it, make sure your notification bell is turned on, and also go into settings on your phone, scroll down to notifications, scroll down to YouTube, and make sure the YouTube app has its notifications on as well. Just a little trick. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can get this video to 20,000 likes for the SVJ. Nice M6 Grand Coupe action. I love those cars. All right, just pulled up to the top secret bat cave. You'd literally never know this thing was here. Check this place out, guys. Literal Lamborghini heaven. Lambos everywhere, a lounge area, a studio. This is where you go when you die and you're a Lamborghini fan. You just appear here and you get the keys to all of these. But today is all about the SVJ. Let's take it somewhere where we can stretch its legs. We are here at beautiful Angeles Crest Highway with the SVJ, but before I go over what makes this beast so extraordinary, I'm gonna show you what launch control is like. It'll put things into perspective. ESC off for the gas. Oh my God! Oh! Holy crap, this thing is violent! Okay, now that I've changed my underwear and had a few minutes to recompose myself, let's talk about the Aventador SVJ, the most aggressive, most powerful Lamborghini Aventador of all time. It's also likely to be the last ever naturally aspirated non-hybrid V12 ever from Lamborghini. So this will truly go down in history as one of the all-time greats. In fact, the car receives notoriety in the name itself. The SVJ, which stands for Super Veloce Jota, which is a tip of the hat back to the car that started it all, the Miura. Now, the J in Miura Jota actually comes from the FIA's rulebook Appendix J, which describes specs and regulations for cars entering sanctioned races. They had the Miura J, the Diablo J, and then waited for the SVJ. Well, I could talk about this car legitimately for hours. In today's video, we're gonna go over 5 of the most insane features of the SVJ. Let's fire it up, shall we? This car is so loud, we're gonna turn it off to talk about the engine. Under the hood of the SVJ is a massive 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 that makes 760 horsepower and 530 pound-feet of torque. It's capable of going 217 miles an hour and rocketing the car from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. And it sounds absolutely glorious. There are not many cars out there on the road that sound angrier and better than the SVJ. Just listen to this V12. The pops, the bangs, that monstrous growl, there's nothing else like it. The powertrain makes the driving experience in the SVJ out of this world. Yes, it still has that single clutch ISR gearbox, not the double clutch because of packaging restraints, which means around town it's a little clunkier than you'd like. But at full throttle and on roads like this, the neck snapping acceleration between shifts literally feels and this is a positive thing somehow. Like you're being kicked in the back by Cristiano Ronaldo or something like that in between shifts. Oh my God, the emotion, the connection you get to the car because of that single clutch and that massive V12 is like nothing else. Windows down. Next up on the list is the SVJ's out of this world insane looks. I mean, for one, take a look at that rear wing. That is big enough to make the Wright brothers proud. I could literally take that, flip it upside down, and hang glide off the side of that cliff. That's how massive it is. Look at the gorgeous dual exhaust coming out of the center of the rear bumper, the massive rear diffuser, the vented engine cover that you can literally stick your hands inside, the crazy carbon fiber side skirt, and the largest side air vent of any car. I mean, you could fit a child in here. Of course, we've got the signature Lambo scissor doors and a front end that has such an insane front splitter and active aero system that I will explain later on. It's even got this little mustache. The SVJ commands more attention than almost anything else on the road. From every angle, it's aggressive, it's angry, and it's purpose-built, and I absolutely love it. Part of the reason the Aventador SVJ is so quick is due to its active aerodynamic system, ALA. Aerodynamica Lamborghini Aventador, which was probably the most butchered pronunciation of that of all time. The ALA system was first used in the Performante that helped it set the Nurburgring lap record of the time. It's been upgraded to ALA 2.0 for the SVJ, and it's pretty trick. Here's how it works. The SVJ uses 2 electronically controlled flaps at the front and 2 at the rear to vary downforce and drag levels depending upon driving conditions. So if we go to the front splitter right here, you'll notice these flaps are bent inwards, which allows maximum acceleration and slipperiness. Air actually travels over these vents and down underneath the car to reduce drag in a high-speed acceleration setting. Now, if you are on the brakes and you wanted more downforce, those flaps actually close and divert the airflow up through these nostrils, creating more downforce. We've actually got 2 flaps at the rear of the car as well, one here and one here. For maximum downforce, when you're decelerating or going into a turn, the flaps are closed, which causes airflow to travel normally over the wing, squatting the car down, producing maximum downforce. However, the vents can actually open up, allowing air to travel into the wing itself and actually out through these slats on the underside of the wing, stalling the downforce and creating a slippery, more high speed, lower downforce, lower drag environment for the SVJ. The real magic though is that the left flaps and the right flaps can be activated individually from one another. Let's say you're going around a right turn. You want those inside wheels to have maximum grip and downforce. So that side of the car, the flaps stay closed, and on the opposite side of the car, they stay open in what's called aero vectoring. How wild is that? The next insane feature of the SVJ is its interior. Being inside the SVJ is very similar to what I'd imagine being inside a fighter jet is like. We've got this massive center tunnel with this awesome kind of nuclear bomb engagement switch. Fire the missiles! You lift this up and then boom, to start the car up. But my favorite part of the SVJ is its instrument cluster. This instrument cluster looks much more like something you'd see in a futuristic video game or a fighter jet than in any sort of normal car whatsoever. Just look at those graphics. So we've got different driving modes. Strada, which means street. It's a little bit more comfortable and shifts are much, much lazier. The suspension rides a little bit more comfortably. The throttle response is slower and the shifts are a lot lazier. I honestly don't like this mode because it feels a little bit sluggish. Then you can put it into sport mode. And then my favorite mode is Corsa mode, where the shifts are so aggressive, you might need a chiropractor after driving an SVJ, but it's worth it. And then we even have ego mode for people with ego issues. Just kidding, that's actually the customizable individual mode, where you can control individually the powertrain settings, the steering settings, and the suspension settings. This thing is purpose-built. There is carbon fiber everywhere. To close the door, you use a leather strap instead of a door handle to save a bit of weight. There is no storage space anywhere except for these little nets behind the rear seats. And the visibility out the rear window is so bad that if you got pulled over, I don't even know if you'd know. So maybe that's a good excuse. The last insane feature of the Aventador SVJ, before we take it on an epic point of view drive so you can really feel what it's like behind the driver's seat of this thing, is the car's Nurburgring time. As of 2018, the Aventador SVJ set the Nurburgring lap record at 644.97. That's faster than a Porsche 918, faster than a GT2 RS, faster than a LaFerrari. And this is a Lamborghini we're talking about, where a decade ago, the cars were known for looking cool and making a bunch of noise, but not actually being all that effective around a racetrack. And now it's set arguably the benchmark standard for creating the fastest track car possible, setting a Nürburgring record. Now, it was recently beaten by the AMG GTR Black Series, so congratulations to Mercedes for that. But I do have to say, this car was on Pirelli Corsa tires, which aren't actually all that great compared to the Black Series, which was on Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2Rs. I honestly believe with the Cup 2Rs, the Aventador SVJ would still be the Nürburgring record holder. But pretty crazy to think a car with a single clutch gearbox that weighs nearly 4,000 pounds might just be the fastest car in the world around the Nürburgring. And with that, I think it's time to switch to the point of view camera so you can really see what this thing is like to drive, because it is freaking ridiculous. What an unbelievable car the SVJ truly is. From its violent gearbox to its incredible sounding V12, menacing looks, and ridiculous on-track performance, the SVJ is one of the wildest and most impressive supercars I have ever driven on vehicle versions. No, it's not light and nimble like a Pista or a 765 LT. It's big, it's burly, it feels cumbersome, but there's something special about that. The drama that this car has is out of this world, and the levels of mechanical grip are pretty astounding. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. Smash that like button. Let's get 20,000 likes for the SVJ, and make sure to check out Terminal 8 on Instagram. All right, guys, see you next video.